We call them pets, companions. We share our homes with them, these quiet, enigmatic creatures that walk the line between fierce independence and sudden affection. But what if pet is the wrong word entirely? What if it's a profound misunderstanding of one of the oldest, most sophisticated spiritual contracts in human history? An ancient Egyptian papyrus doesn't describe them simply as animals. It hints at them as guardians. Sentinels posted at the threshold that separates the world we see from the vast, unseen ocean of energy around us. Look at the cat in your own home, that intense, unblinking stare that seems to be looking through the wall, not at it. That sudden alertness to a seemingly empty corner of the room. We call it instinct. We call it play. What if it's work? A constant, silent patrol of the invisible borderlines of our reality. What we are about to hunt is not just a collection of myths. It's the operating manual for a living, breathing guardian that has chosen to walk beside you. A key to understanding the sacred purring technology that has been revered and feared for thousands of years. Our modern world has a neat, sterile box for everything, and the cat has been placed in the box labeled domestic animal. We explain its abilities through biology, superior night vision, acute hearing, a keen sense of smell. These explanations are true, but they are profoundly incomplete. They are like describing a master painter by only listing the chemical composition of his paints. This biological reductionism misses the very essence of what the ancients saw. They understood that the cat's sensory toolkit wasn't just for hunting mice, it was for perceiving realities we have forgotten how to access. Let's try a new paradigm. Imagine your reality is not just composed of solid objects, but is swimming in a sea of frequencies, vibrations, and electromagnetic fields. Your own thoughts and emotions are constantly broadcasting a signal into this sea. Now, imagine a creature biologically engineered to not only perceive these signals, but to read them with the clarity that we read words on a page. This isn't fantasy, it's physics. The HeartMath Institute has shown that the human heart generates a powerful electromagnetic field that extends several feet from the body, changing its frequency with our emotions. A cat, with its exquisitely sensitive nervous system, doesn't need to see your face to know you're anxious or sad. It feels the shift in your broadcast. It reads the data in your field. They are walking, breathing barometers of the unseen world. When the atmosphere crackles with static electricity before a storm, they feel it. When the Earth's magnetic field shifts, they feel it. So when the energy in a room becomes dense with unspoken anger or grief, why would we assume they don't feel that too? We've been looking at them through the wrong end of the telescope, focusing on their biology, while ignoring the very function that biology serves. They are not just living in our world, they are perceiving its hidden energetic architecture, and that is the key to understanding their true purpose. To a cat, our human world must seem incredibly loud, and we, incredibly numb. We operate within a narrow bandwidth of sensory input, a kind of emotional grayscale. The cat, however, experiences the full spectrum. It perceives the spiritual ultraviolet of a sudden insight and the deep infrared heat of a long-held grudge. This is why their behavior can seem so baffling. They are not just reacting to what is happening, but to the energetic shape of what is happening. They don't just see a person crying. They perceive a cold spot in the room's energy, a vortex of dense, slow-moving vibrations, and they are drawn either to investigate it or to actively change it with their own, stabilizing frequency. Their very presence is a form of energetic surveillance. They are masters of the invisible geography of a home. They will instinctively map out its energy flows, finding the places where the current is clear and vibrant, and identifying the spots where it is stagnant or polluted. That specific chair they always choose, it might be the most energetically harmonious spot in the house. That corner they refuse to go near, it may hold a residual energetic stain from an event long past. This extraordinary sensitivity isn't a random quirk of evolution. It is a finely tuned instrument, a feature, not a bug. And this leads to the most important question. If they are the instrument, what purpose was that instrument designed to serve? For thousands of years, our ancestors believed they knew the answer. To find the purpose of this living instrument, we must hunt through the libraries of time, and the trail of evidence is astonishing. It's not one culture, but a global chorus, all singing the same song of reverence. The hunt begins, inevitably, in the black sands of Egypt. Here the cat was not merely sacred, it was an incarnation of the divine. To harm a cat was to commit sacrilege, a crime so severe it was punishable by death. The goddess Bastet, with the head of a lioness or a domestic cat, was the protector of the home, of women and of the sacred temple priests. Why a cat? Because the Egyptians were masters of observing the unseen. They watched the felines in their temples and saw creatures that reacted to invisible presences, beings that walked with perfect confidence in two worlds at once. But the trail doesn't end in Egypt. Let's travel east to Japan, where this ancient intuition was refined into an art form. You know the figure of the Maneki Neko, the beckoning cat, a symbol of good fortune. But this isn't a mere superstition. It's a symbol of the cat's ability to act as a living channel, attracting positive energy and repelling misfortune. Deeper in Japanese folklore, we find the legend of the Bakaneko, supernatural cats that protect their homes, hold ancient wisdom, and act as guardians of family secrets. The theme is the same. The cat is a protector of a hidden, energetic reality. The hunt then takes an unexpected turn into the heart of the Islamic world. In a tradition often misunderstood by the West, the cat is held in the highest esteem. This reverence is traced back to the Prophet Muhammad himself. Legend tells of his beloved cat, Muezza. In one story, the Prophet awoke to the call to prayer to find Muezza sleeping on the sleeve of his robe. Rather than disturb the cat, he cut the sleeve from his garment, leaving the animal to its peaceful rest. This isn't just a story of kindness. It's a profound teaching on the sanctity of these beings. From the Norsemen, who saw giant cats pulling the chariot of the goddess Freya, symbolizing wildness and divine feminine power, to the Celts, who believed cats were the guardians of the gateway to the other world, the pattern is undeniable. These weren't primitive people worshipping a simple animal. They were sophisticated cultures using the language of myth to describe a fundamental truth they had observed. The cat is a bridge, a living, breathing link between our mundane reality and the world of spirit, energy, and mystery. So the ancients left us a map. But how do we use it today? How do we translate this ancient wisdom into a practical understanding of the cat sleeping in our own home? It begins by learning to recognize the signs, not as random behaviors, but as conscious, energetic interactions. The first step is understanding the scan and the approval, how a cat chooses you. This is not about you picking a cat from a shelter. It's about the cat accepting your energetic signature. When a cat first meets you, it performs a deep, multi-level scan. The initial, prolonged eye contact is the first test. It's not a staring contest. It's an energetic probe, an opening of a channel to read your intentions on a soul level. If you pass, you will witness the selective approach, where the cat will deliberately walk towards you, often ignoring others who are trying harder to get its attention. It has identified a resonance in your energy field. The final confirmation is the physical marking, rubbing against your legs. This isn't just about scent. It's the cat weaving your energy with its own, creating the first thread of a protective, energetic bond. Next, we must learn to identify which of the 7 roles of the guardian your cat primarily embodies. The first is the vibrational healer. This is the cat that instinctively knows where you are in pain, physical or emotional. It will lie precisely on the part of your body that needs healing, its purr creating a therapeutic frequency between 20 and 150 Hz, a range known to promote bone density and reduce inflammation. The practice here is not to push it away, but to consciously receive the treatment. Ask, what is this guardian trying to rebalance in me? The second is the etheric sentinel. This guardian is the protector of the home's energy. It stares intently at empty spaces, hisses at unseen presences, or refuses to enter certain rooms. This isn't random paranoia. It is actively monitoring and neutralizing dense or intrusive energies. The practice is to trust its judgment. If your cat avoids a certain area, consider performing an energy cleansing with sage or sound in that space. See your cat not as a pet, but as your spiritual security advisor. The third is the Zen master. This cat teaches the lessons of presence and mindfulness. It will deliberately sit on your keyboard or your book, not to annoy you, but to break your cycle of distraction. It is a living reminder to return to the present moment. The practice is to accept the interruption. Take a deep breath. Observe your surroundings with the same total presence the cat embodies. It is offering you a free lesson in meditation. The fourth is the dream walker. This guardian works while you sleep. They often sleep on or near your bed, not just for comfort, but to stand guard over your consciousness during its most vulnerable state. They are said to filter out negative astral influences and can help prevent nightmares. It's funny how the oldest advice is know thyself, but sometimes the hardest boss to beat is just getting a good night's sleep. This guardian helps with that. The fifth is the emotional alchemist. This is the cat that mirrors and transmutes your emotions. It becomes a furry, purring sponge for your anxiety, grief, or anger. It will seek you out in your darkest moments, absorb the dense energy, and process it. You may notice it needs to sleep deeply after a major emotional event in the house. The practice is one of gratitude. Thank it for its service. This acknowledgement strengthens the bond and honors the work it is doing. If these roles are resonating with the guardian in your home, consider subscribing. We will continue to decode these mysteries together. The sixth is the synchronicity anchor. This cat seems to deliberately draw your attention to meaningful coincidences. It might knock over a book that opens to a page with the exact answer you were looking for, or meow insistently until you look at the clock at exactly 11:11. It acts as a physical anchor for the universe's subtle messages. The practice is to pay attention. When the cat demands your focus, look around. What is the universe trying to show you in that exact moment? The seventh and final role is the keeper of the gate. This is the rarest of the guardians, a true psychopomp. Its presence seems to thin the veil between worlds. In its presence, meditations are deeper, intuitive insights are clearer, and you may even feel the presence of departed loved ones. This cat doesn't just guard your home, it guards a portal. The practice is to honor the sacred space it maintains. Use its presence as a catalyst for your own spiritual explorations, knowing you are protected by a master of the unseen. By observing these patterns, you shift from being an owner to a partner. You learn to see your cat not for what it is, but for what it does. And in that recognition, the true ancient contract is restored. We have been operating under one fundamental assumption, that the cat chooses the person, that it scans our energy, resonates with our soul, and forms a contract with us. This is a powerful, beautiful idea, but what if it's incomplete? What if we've been centering ourselves in a story that isn't entirely about us? Consider this paradigm-shifting possibility. The cat's primary contract is not with the human, but with the land, with the place itself. Ancient traditions speak of certain locations on Earth that are energetically significant, places where ley lines cross, where the veil between worlds is naturally thin, or where a powerful human event has left a deep energetic imprint. These places are like acupuncture points on the body of the Earth. They require balance, they require a guardian. What if a cat is a living, breathing, self-deploying tool of Gaia, a being designed to find these energetically charged or wounded locations and to act as a stabilizing anchor? In this model, the cat is drawn to a specific house, a specific apartment, a specific plot of land because of the needs of the place. It arrives to harmonize the energies, to stand guard at a weak point in the veil, or to cleanse a residual energetic stain left by previous inhabitants and the humans who live there. We become the custodians, the caretakers of the guardian. We are not the masters of the contract, we are secondary participants. We are chosen not for who we are, but for our capacity to provide a safe and stable environment for the guardian to do its true work. This flips the entire script. The question is no longer just, why did this cat choose me? It becomes a far more profound and humbling inquiry. What is it about this place that required a guardian of this caliber to be assigned here? And am I living in a way that helps or hinders its sacred work? Suddenly, you are not just living in a house. You are the steward of a sacred site, and you share it with its silent, purring, and incredibly ancient caretaker. Let's push this even further. This would explain why some cats seem to come with the house, refusing to leave when their human family moves. It would explain why stray cats are drawn to certain abandoned buildings or desolate crossroads, places that have a palpable energetic signature, a deep story to tell. They are not looking for food, they are reporting for duty. This reframes the entire dynamic of rescue. Did you rescue that stray from the cold? Or did it answer an energetic help wanted sign hanging invisibly over your property? Did it choose you? Or did it choose the psychic wound of the land on which your house was built? This also introduces a touch of beautiful cosmic irony. We spend our time trying to own and contain them, putting collars on them, keeping them inside. All the while, the cat may be operating on a level of purpose we can't even begin to comprehend, seeing our home not as its territory, but as its temple, its monastery, its sacred grove. This doesn't diminish our connection with them, it deepens it. It elevates our role from a simple owner to something far more meaningful. We become keepers of the keeper. We are the groundskeepers of the sacred garden, chosen for our ability to tend to the needs of the master gardener. It is a partnership of profound symbiotic importance. Our role is to maintain the physical harmony, so they can maintain the metaphysical harmony, and it forces us to look at our own homes with new eyes. We are no longer just in a collection of rooms. We are living on a piece of a much larger and much more mysterious map, so the paradigm is shattered. The cat in your home might not be there just for you, but for the sacred space you inhabit. This revelation, like all true wisdom, is not just a fascinating idea. It is a call to a new kind of responsibility. It answers the question, and now what? With a profound shift in how we must live. To be the keeper of the keeper is to accept an ethical and energetic partnership. Our responsibility is no longer just to provide food, water, and shelter. Our primary duty is to become a conscious cultivator of harmony. Think about it. How can the Guardian do its work of cleansing dense energy if we are constantly creating more of it? Every bitter argument, every unspoken resentment, every wave of anxiety we broadcast into our home becomes an obstacle. We are, in effect, polluting the very environment our partner is trying to purify. To live with a cat under this new understanding is to commit to a path of self-awareness. This elevates the simple act of cleaning your house into a spiritual practice. A cluttered, chaotic home creates stagnant, chaotic energy. By maintaining physical order, you are creating a clear, coherent field in which your guardian can operate more effectively. You are no longer just tidying up. You are polishing the lens through which the guardian perceives the unseen. It also changes our role as a host. When you bring guests into your home, you are bringing their energy fields into the guardian's sacred workspace. A cat that suddenly hides from or hisses at a particular guest is not being unfriendly. It is giving you a clear, unfiltered, energetic reading. It is a furry, walking litmus test for vibrational integrity. The implication is that we must become more discerning about the energies we allow across our threshold, not just for our own peace, but for the well-being of our guardian. Ultimately, this understanding dissolves the last remnants of ego in the relationship. It's not my cat. It's not even my house. It is a sacred site and a sacred being that I have been given the privilege to serve. The relationship moves from one of possession to one of custodianship, and in that shift, we do not lose power. We gain a purpose that is woven into the very fabric of the world, seen and unseen. This responsibility goes even deeper than our actions. It extends to our inner world. A cat's sensitivity is so profound that it feels the difference between a mind at peace and a mind at war with itself, even if that war is silent. Your unexpressed anxieties, your looping worries, they also create a form of energetic static that the guardian must constantly navigate or filter. This presents us with a fascinating, almost paradoxical challenge. One of the greatest services we can render our guardian is the cultivation of our own inner peace. Our meditation practice is no longer just for us. It becomes an act of service to our partner. By calming our own inner storm, we are literally calming the energetic weather of the home, giving our guardian a much-needed moment of rest. Think also of the sonic environment. The ancients understood the power of vibration and harmony. A home filled with the chaotic, jarring frequencies of constant negative news or aggressive music creates a dissonant field. A space filled with harmonious sounds, music, or even profound silence creates a coherent one. Our choice of what we listen to becomes a way of tuning the very instrument our guardian uses to perceive the world. It is a sacred, symbiotic contract. We provide them with physical sanctuary, a place safe from the dangers of the outer world. In return, they provide us with energetic sanctuary, a space shielded from the dangers of the inner worlds. It is perhaps the most elegant and unspoken partnership on earth, and it begs the final humbling question, all this time, who has truly been rescuing whom? We began our hunt for the truth about a simple pet and have arrived at the doorstep of a profound mystery. The quiet, purring creature in our homes is revealed not as a possession, but as a partner, a guardian not just of our lives, but of the very spaces we inhabit, a silent master, walking the borderlands between worlds. This knowledge leaves us with a beautiful and challenging dilemma. It asks us to see our lives, our homes, and our animal companions not as a collection of random circumstances, but as a meaningful, interconnected web of purpose. It suggests that the most ancient and powerful forces of the cosmos are not just in distant stars or forgotten ruins. They are curled up on our beds, patiently waiting for us to see them for what they truly are. The cat, with its silent paws and eyes that see in the dark, is the perfect mirror for a part of ourselves we are taught to ignore, our own intuition, our own ability to perceive the unseen. It lives so effortlessly in the world of shadow and spirit, a world we can only access through meditation and quiet contemplation. Perhaps the ultimate purpose of this ancient contract is not just about them guarding us. Perhaps it's about them teaching us, showing us by their very existence how to be fully present, how to trust our senses beyond the visible, how to walk in two worlds at once. The greatest mystery is not why the cat is here. The mystery is whether we will finally learn the lesson it has been patiently teaching us for thousands of years, how to become the guardians of our own inner silence. And that's our hunt for now, a wild mix of documented history and tantalizing what-ifs based on bibliographical sources. What do you think? Like this journey? Hit subscribe for more mysteries.